Alright, the holiday boss for the holiday event is here, Korrupted Klaus. It comes with its own Santa egg, similar to the Fallen King egg, with a 0.1% chance. I'm sure challenge mode will come out soon and will increase that odds by ×2. That is for sure. But other than that, we're gonna go over the skill and show you guys how it is. So let's go over the skill real quick. So it's called it's naughty or nice. It can either attack the enemy or buff the player. So the buff, we could do it right now in the town. What it does is that it gives you a buff for 15 seconds and a cooldown of the skill was 35 seconds. So click on it right here. You see he'll reach into his bag and throw us a gift. And you can see with the buff, similar like the cat. You click on here. For 15 seconds, we get a 30% buff to our damage, our movement speed, and defense. You can see we can use our mount to walk around, and we'll get extra damage and defense as well. So this is for 15 seconds, pretty much only for yourself, and the cooldown is 35 seconds. So it's like half the cooldown. So every about 20 seconds, you can go ahead and use that. Now, the other one is it will attack an enemy, only one enemy. It does AoE damage, so you be careful with bosses that has ads. You gotta, make sure that you're going to be aiming for the boss. So we'll show you guys a little bit of that. But it's, from my experience, when it comes to using trying to get the naughty gift to apply to an enemy, the self buff is more common, what it seems. So what it does is that it applies, I think, a vulnerability to any enemy bosses for 11 seconds. And so that is useful when you're in a group battle, because everybody can do damage to it and get that extra bonus of vulnerability against the enemy. But then when you're doing like solo or that, the buff itself is good for its for itself. So let's see if we can get the vulnerability here real quick. So let's do that real quick. It should be a black gift. Nope, we got ourselves a self buff. So let's do some damage real quick. Unfortunate. It's always seems to be very common. I get the self buff and not really the naughty gift, sadly. So we'll see if we can get the naughty gift real quick, and then we'll do like a little bit of a rundown on the Klaus fight real quick. Let's just try to showcase this over here. So we're doing how much damage? 9.387 damage right now. I don't know the math for the percent of how much you do with the vulnerability buff real quick, but we do 9,387 damage. And we'll try it again. Throw the gift. Nope, self buff, and we're doing 12k damage. So we're getting about 3k-ish more damage, which does add up for 15 seconds. Use your try to time it with your ultimate. If it's charged up, use it right when you have the buff active and all that stuff. Okay, let's try again here in seconds if we can get the buff real quick. It seems like it's like every 4 times we use it, we get the buff for the boss or the naughty gift. Try again here. Send it out. Nope. Again, got this gift again. Look, like I'm just showing you the odds. It's pretty slim for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I can never get it as often as we get this one. Honestly, I mean, the naughty gift is pretty good. Probably self one is pretty good. We'll just see one more time here before the second phase pops up here. See if we get lucky or not. See. Also, you don't want to use it when you get the back up from the boss. You want to use it when you do damage. Try this again. Here we go. There's the call. See the timer up there. About how much damage we're doing. 13k per hit. So yeah, it does as a higher percent. So like 40%, a bit more than that. So that's a buff or debuff for everybody, right? So everybody who's in your party, everybody's fighting the boss, will get that extra bonus damage for 10 seconds. It's less timer, but everybody gets buffed for that, right? So that's why it's pretty good in that reason. I'm gonna swap to this, do second phase real quick. I'm gonna just restart. I'm gonna do a full run after this. Okay, let's do a full run of the boss so that we can pretty much go over what we need to do. Sorry, superior class is ranged classes, so I recommend a ranged class. I think it's hard on melee classes to finish the boss or defeat the boss. So I recommend a damage pet as well, which would be either the red lion or the black hole butterfly, whatever it is. Those two pets are probably pretty decent to do damage. As you can speedrun this with Spirit Archer or I don't know, Summoner, I guess, either or. So let's go over the basics. So the first phase is very easy. You wanna, make sure you save your dodges if you get frozen. But you can just walk around the boss. The boss has no real scare attacks. The only thing that has no indication of an attack or a marker will be the laser eyes, but you gotta walk just to the side basically. So very easy beginning area. Use everything you have, and just try to make sure you're staying out of the obviously the damage attacks. Right. So here's this attack. You don't touch the ice. The ice will do damage to you. It doesn't hurt that much, but it can combo with this attack. Usually, whenever he uses the ice beam, he'll use that attack, the stomp attack, and that will do a lot of damage to you. You do have 3 lives, so nothing crazy with that. Okay, well, it's somehow in range for that. So present attack, just dodge it. The presence will push you off, and if for some reason he just walks towards you and does nothing for like 5 seconds, so here you could just do as much DPS as you can, as he does nothing right now. Maybe it's just a bug, or he won't do that later. The present is very useful. You know for a fact the next thing he does is pretty much nothing. It's just I don't know why, but it just does nothing for the most part. Basically, so nothing. Phase 1 is nothing crazy. Just gotta make sure stay near him, basically, and just hug him for a bit. And then we're gonna have phase 2 real quick, very soon. This attack doesn't happen often, but it's a big attack. All right, phase 2. Go ahead now and break his ice block. Okay. So you just use your skills, because most likely he will teleport and do his big slam. Split the arena in half. You want to pay attention where he teleports, because that's where he teleports back. So because he puts this giant ice wall down, you want to be on the same side of where he spawns, basically, because he doesn't really move that much once he respawns back. And if you touch the wall, you will take a ton of damage if you touch the wall. If you fall off the map, you respawn like over here. And then also the floor is slippery, so if you use a dodge, you will fly really far. So here we're probably gonna die here because I messed up, but anyways, so that's fine. So this attack is probably the hardest attack to dodge. You can get out of the range for it, but you can also just jump off the map, most likely, to dodge it and be safe for that. Probably the better solution. But challenge mode would be a bit difficult, but it's not challenge mode, so we don't have to worry about challenge mode yet. That attack will probably one-shot us, and we have probably like 1 life only. So dodging is important, but you gotta be very careful. When that attack does happen, though, you do want to be near the boss to rotate around him. But also, what do you call it? You can't go too fast. So here's for another example. So here, you can't move to the next spot. You do not go to the next spot yet, or you will die, pretty much. Okay, that was pretty interesting there. But the ice, when the ice is spawned in, you cannot touch the ice, pretty much. That will still do damage for you. Now there's a max range, and you can jump off the map if you want. You take a little bit of damage. Damage is very minimal, for the most part. So there is that for sure. So let's go ahead and just finish him off real quick. Yep, and there's that. It looks pretty easy, but we have a lot of damage, and the Fallen King has a lot of damage as well. So yeah, I don't know. It looks easy, but I don't know. I think he's pretty easy, but wow, look at that. Anyways, that's pretty much it. That's the pet. I guess my final thoughts on the pet. It's a very low chance to get Korrupted Klaus. The naughty is very good if you're in a group of people, and the debuff is really good. It's much stronger than the normal buff, but it lasts shorter. And the player buff itself is pretty good. Pretty much, it's good, but only does it for yourself. If you get a nice 20% chance on the perk, I got the boss of the boss, but it doesn't help that much, to be honest. Probably wasn't different for that. But other than that, I think it's alright. I think the Fallen King is better. Still, the raw damage the Fallen King can do every 30 seconds is very good. The naughty or nice, maybe it needs a little bit something, but I don't know. It's all right. Just gotta get lucky. Anyways, that's it. So hope you guys enjoy that. We'll wait for challenge mode. But yeah, if you get about 20 tickets per run. If you have double loot game pass, it's 25 tickets per run. So you can get like 100 every 4, and then it takes 3 minutes, around roughly for me 3 minutes for each clear. So that's roughly, you know, every 12 minutes, 100 tickets. Not bad, to be honest with you. Good grind. Anyways, that's it. That's 20 spins. Yay.